Officer Jones, 4th, 9, NC Rockabye, and 5th. In the high 5 is 5, Raise Credit, and results are now official. Stock returns. Bridge Jim and Robert Shepard yet to face a challenge. Sports Activator getting activated by Ryan Guy. Here they come down the stretch, and Sports Activator taking on Springbridge Jim, and he's breezing on past. Coming wide late is Skyler. He can't match strides with Sports Activator for Flying Ryan Guy, finishing 2 lengths ahead of Skyler. Springbridge Jim held on for show, 1:54.2. By Sports Writer out of Town Jiffy, owned by Lee Cullen of Ottawa with Lloyd Howley of Cars Ontario, bred by Lloyd Howley, trained by Mike Armstrong, driven to a 4th consecutive win, his 3rd win this year for Ryan Guy. Race 7 is now official. Congratulations to Sports Activator, a 1:54.2 winner. The field, the chairman tries to get involved from 3rd over, 1:26.4. Carson Star Choice passes the 3/4 point, and it's just him against the clock as he's 5 lengths ahead of next best. The Colt coming on late, Jaden's Magic Steel and Mr. John, but it doesn't matter to Carson Star Choice and Guy Gagnon, winners in 1:54.3. Carson's Lady Luck, owned by Écurie Guy Gagnon Incorporated with Seth McLeod of Gatineau, Quebec, bred by David Carson of Listowel, Ontario. Carson Star Choice is trained and driven by Guy Gagnon. That's his 5th win of the season and his 23rd start of the year. A 1:54.3 going away victory for Carson Star Choice, who remains undefeated since joining Guy Gagnon. Congratulations. That's Guy Gagnon's 2nd driving win of the night. Race 8 is now official. 1. Hella's Rocket, 1:26.1 3/4, and this field is still coming after Lancaster Bomber, who widens his lead. He's out there by 5. Lancaster Bomber is going to prevail by a wide margin, probably 7 lengths ahead of Alessandra, holding on for show. What's in the Esky? 1:54.4. Miller of Messina, New York, bred by Steve Jones, Montgomery, New York, trained by Christina Miller, and driven to his first 2024 victory by Jimmy Gagnon. That was his 5th start of the year, and the 1:54.4 mile is a seasonal best for Lancaster Bomber. Congratulations. Race 9 is now official. Wide from the back of the field now, Jim's Big Thrill. They're approaching 3/4. Rockin' My Dream still has control of the front end, 1:27.2. And Rockin' My Dream trying to rock his way to the wire, but Hurricane King Carlo is coming on to his outside, up the inside. Western Phil, it's between these 3. Hurricane King Carlo pulls ahead of Western Phil and Rockin' My Dream in 1:57.2. Sunday, June 9th at Rideau Carleton saw the extension of a number of win streaks, including those of the Light Speed in the preferred handicap pace and Sauble Amber in her first ever start against male pacers. Perhaps the most exciting victory was a first lifetime win in race 3 for number 8, Bitcoin Hanover, and co-owner, trainer, driver Robbie Robinson. He made front early and had a winning parimutuel debut in 1:58 and 1. Bitcoin Hanover is a 2-year-old Stay Hungry colt. Out of Bold and Brash Hanover, Robbie Robinson co-owns with Paul Smythe of Metcalfe, Ontario. Join us again on Thursday at 4 p.m. for more live racing from the nation's capital.
Live from the nation's capital, Ottawa, Ontario, Rideau Carleton Raceway embarks on its 62nd year of racing.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Rideau Carleton Raceway this Thursday, June 13th, with post time coming up at 4 p.m. It's our 20th race night of the 2024 meet. We've got a few changes coming up, but some nice big fields for the Thursday card here in the nation's capital. The track condition is fast. Conditions otherwise are overcast here with a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are from the west-southwest, 6 kilometers an hour, 4 miles an hour. Humidity is at 64%. We're about 14 minutes away from race 1. As mentioned, we will look at the changes which do affect race 1, the first leg of the early daily double. I should also mention that with one of the biggest cards of the 2024 racing season coming up at Woodbine Mohawk Park this Saturday night, the Pepsi North America Cup. It's a good place to check that out here at Rideau Carleton on Saturday night in the handicapping contest. More on that later. Here are changes starting in race 1. The 2, All-Star Ballerina goes from blinkers to Swedish blinds. And the 3, Breeding Bankruptcy is scratched, a vet scratch due to lameness. No changes in race 2. In race 3, the 1, Edam Sports Baby, will now be driven by Marie-Claude Auger instead of Denis Audette. Change the driver on Edam Sports Baby from post 1 in race 3 to Marie-Claude Auger. No changes in race 4 or 5. No changes in race 6. No changes in race 7. In race 8, there's one shoeing change. It's on the 1, Ciel Bleu, who goes from steel to aluminum shoes behind. That's on 1, Ciel Bleu, race 8. No changes in race 9. And no changes in race 10. Welcome to Rideau Carleton Raceway this Thursday. I'm Melissa Keith, track announcer and handicapper.
Glenn Pearson, track handicapper.
And we're taking a look at today's card. And starting in race 1, I found this one very competitive, but I think a newcomer to the winner's circle here, the 1, Run for the Money. She paced the fastest beaten mile of her life on May 19th here, 1:56.3, and gets some rail advantage and adds Flying Ryan Guy, who's been kind of hot here lately.
I've got the win in my picks, but I'm still
Okay.
going back to All-Star Ballerina to win it. And Lion Shining's been having some tough luck with equipment the
Yes.
last couple starts, so I'm picking her for second, the 1 third, and I dropped the 4 in to complete my 4-horse box.
I agree. It's those 4 horses, and it's going to be a real tough one with Run Baby getting her first maiden win here recently, too, the half-sister to the Lightspeed. So in race 2, boy, this one, another tough to sort out field. It's trotters. I think Tattoo Man and Stéphane Brasseur could be good here. They had back-to-back wins at this track last November. Brasseur driving here today, and this one got parked near the back of the field in the slop early last Thursday.
Yeah, I went to the rail. Coltrane DeVee moves in from the 8-hole where he run last week.
Yeah.
Stomper Tom was on the lead, so he can be a runaway sometimes. If he gets the
Yeah.
front, he's tough to beat. If he gets looked in the eye, it might be a different story. I didn't pick Tattoo Man at all. I went to the 2 as my 3rd pick, and then I'm sticking with this MVP's daughter down here. Bad post again, but that's
Yeah.
a good horse. And I mean, I enjoy watching that filly race, and you know what? She could be dangerous in there, but I think the 1's got a good shot today.
And Stomper Tom again, and I'm using Coltrane DeVee too, and the other who was closing big time last week, but up in class here is the 2 Cleveland You Bet. Wow, what a late turn of foot.
Yeah.
So this one hard to sort out, but I think we share some similarities. And what about race 4? This looks like a 2-horse race between 2 emerging, really nice young trotters. The 3, Masterwork for Robert Shepard and Isabelle Darvaux, and the 2, Hercules for Stéphane Brasseur and Maxime Vellet.
Yeah, I'm with you on those 2. That's a box ticket for me.
Yeah.
2-3 reverse. I mean, the 2-horse won from the 8-hole last week.
That was impressive.
Very, very impressive.
Hercules, living up to his name.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe the 6 and the 7 a little bit on the bottom of the ticket's hard to tell. I mean, you know, a lot of these are first-time starters now, so it's tough. But you know what? 2 and 3 for sure near the front.
Oh, for sure. And then we have some Rideau newcomers in the preferred handicap trot in race 5 that look very impressive. The 6 is Ritson coming in from Pocono, another 5/8 mile track after a very nice win, 2 moves, and he's racing for Sean Stacy and Clark Stacy. So this one's my top pick and best bet.
Yeah, it's me as well. Going to be tough to beat. I'm sure when the local boys saw that, they were going, "What is this?"
But we have another visitor too from post 7, Emmatown Bud, who's been here before for Pierre Beauvais, and this one also has a bit of class relief coming in from Pocono.
Yeah, tough post, but I mean, I'm going to box 5, 6, 7 and throw the 4 in on the bottom of the ticket.
We've got some great minds think alike
There you
happening
go.
this afternoon so far. In race 6, I see one of your favorites has some post relief. The 3, Flash Cube for Guy Gagnon. He had the tough trip last time.
Yeah, I like Flash Cube. I think this class suits him. And
Yes.
he's got an inside post. I
He
think
likes
he can.
that front end
I
trip.
think he can make the front end. I mean, I like the 2 a little bit, Greystone Watchman,
Yeah.
and then Dylan's Bank. I don't know. I didn't talk to John today. I don't know how the horse is going to try the front or race from the back or whatever.
He's
I
in
think.
a bit of a lull right now.
Yeah, they got to. I know the horse has allergies, so you know, maybe the air's cleared a little bit. Who knows? And I like Party Vibes. I always kind of like that horse a little bit.
From the trailing post, I think he could be a part of it too. From Marie-Claude Auger, who hasn't been driving as much lately, but it's good to see her back.
Yeah, and then the all button for the 5th place.
And taking a look at race 7, there's a mare who made a very impressive late move in her Rideau debut last week, and that's a 6 Caesar's Shot. I'm going to try her on top here. She was coming on late and happened to be a strong closer in a field against Saba Lambert, who's probably the best closer at the track right now, who's not in this race.
Yeah, I'm going to the other horse in the Stacy barn, the 7.
Parisian Blue Chip
Parisian
from post 7.
Parisian Blue Chip. I think Clark might get a couple of wins today. I don't think Clark has won too many this year. He used to drive a lot of horses for us in our stable, so I wish him well. I like the 7 horse, DA Temptation. Speaker Nancy I like as well, and I like Luke Loyer's horse as well. I texted Luke after his win the other night, so 2, 5, 6, 7. That's going to be my box in that race.
It's a tough one, but I think 6, 7 on top for me, and then we'll look at the rest. Race 8, Ciel Bleu. I'm going back to him from the rail. He's got so much back class here and just couldn't catch Donatover last time. And I think he is going to be good here for Stéphane Brasseau.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I go with Ciel Bleu as well. Monk for second.
He's overdue. Monk is so overdue with
Magic of Life. If Robbie was here, we could ask him. But I mean, you know what? He can be part of this as well. And Charlie Bar, the other Pierre Boivet horse that's here today, could round it out. So the inside 4 is where I'm going.
How about race 9? We've got the good mares again. This one always tough to sort out. Beach Journey has post 7, and if she can make front from there, anyone can. She's got the gate speed to do it. I just think Beauty is Blind ran out of racetrack last time, and I think she beats her here from post 6.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one as well. Beauty is Blind is my top selection. I picked the 5-horse Cheddar there. I like him for her. Big Cheddar for second. I went to Beach Journey for third, just post related, and Why Not Haas. That mare's always tough, so I mean she'll round out the ticket somewhere.
And looking to the final race, race 10, Southwind Russian from post 2 is pretty hard not to go with for Stéphane Pouliot. I was talking to him last week and said what a nice job he's done with that horse who used to be, you know, a very inconsistent trotter, and he's been so good lately.
Yeah, I agree with you there too. I mean, Southwind Russian, you're all in.
Yep.
It's the last race, so I'm taking him on top. He's my key. No other horses in the winning position. Then I went 1-4-7, then 1-4-6-7, 1-4-6-7, and then the all button and the all button for the final spot in the high 5. So Southwind Russian, the one to beat.
Yep, we see eye to eye on that one. So we hope that whatever your wagers, you have a good day wagering at Rideau Carleton Raceway. Some very good racing here this afternoon at Rideau Carleton Raceway. Thanks to those of you joining us on track, online, or at the OTB. We're about 4 minutes away from race 1, and it kicks off the early daily double. There's also exactor triactor and superfecta wagering. The current favorite from post 2 is All-Star Ballerina, whose win streak was interrupted here on June 6th by a mere nose. And the filly who beat her, Lori Merchandise, is not in this field. At 2-5, a popular choice already. Number 2, All-Star Ballerina, for co-owner and trainer Ty Robillard and driver Guy Gagnon. Note that she does have that equipment change here as well. There's a bridle change on All-Star Ballerina, who goes from blinkers to Swedish blind. And on her outside from post 3, Breeding Bankruptcy was scratched. It's a veterinary scratch. Of the 3, Breeding Bankruptcy. Still a very strong field of 8 filly and mare pacers. On Saturday, June 15th, you can watch and wager on the Pepsi North America Cup for 3-year-old pacers. And you can do that right here at Rideau Carleton Raceway. The simulcast lounge is open with refreshments and seating and all the screens you need, self-serve machines, and a teller to help you as well. And we've also got Tammy Forgey's handicapping contest that rolls on with a jackpot that has now reached $1,800. It's free to enter, but you must be on track here at Rideau Carleton to play in the handicapping contest with that jackpot that just keeps increasing here on track Saturday night.
freaking night of my life. And wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know I'm good? Yeah, I'm feeling alright. 'Cause I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best freaking night of my life. And wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know I'm good? Yeah, I'm feeling alright. 'Cause I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best freaking night of my life. And wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know I'm good? Yeah, I'm feeling alright.
We're taking a look at Race 1 selections from myself and fellow Rideau track handicapper Glenn Pearson. He's going with the 4 to 5 favorite here, All-Star Ballerina, who hasn't missed the Rideau board since May 9th. And she does look like Guy Gagnon's choice over Run for the Money here. She's mildly up in class, but with post relief. For second, he's going with Lion Shining from post 6, who parked Run Baby in an early battle here last Thursday, cutting the fractions on the sloppy track. And Lion Shining was the beaten 3 to 5 favorite, overtaken in the stretch by Run Baby and a red carpet ready. She finished with a flat tire. I'm looking to the rail and one Run for the Money, who paced the fastest beaten mile of her life here, May 19th. That was a 1:56 and 3 mile. And her most recent win was from the rail. It was back at Truro Raceway, September 17th of last year, with a front-end trip. She got away last from an outside post here last Thursday, and she adds Ryan Guy here after closing in the field's fastest last quarter, 29 and 3 in the slop last Thursday. So a bit of a hunch play from the rail, one Run for the Money. The Race 1 Pacers are coming on track for the post parade. These are fillies and mares, non-winners of $15,000 lifetime. Non-winners of a race this year allowed $2,500. Also eligible $20,000 claimers for non-winners of $30,000 lifetime. They go for a purse of $6,200. One is Run for the Money, owned by Renison Racing Incorporated, with Scott Green, Jeff Lilly, and Mark Gallant, trained by Mike Armstrong, driven by Ryan Guy. 2 is current 4 to 5 favorite All-Star Ballerina, owned by trainer Ty Robillard with Santo Barilla and driven by Guy Gagnon. And note there is a bridle change on All-Star Ballerina, who goes from blinkers to Swedish blind. 3, Breeding Bankruptcy is a vet scratch. 4 is Run Baby, owned by Michel Nollet, trained by Marc-André Simoneau, and driven by Pascal Berube. 5 is Wickham, owned by Charles, Danielle, and Maxime Gaudreau, trained and driven by Marie-Claude Auger. 6 is Lion Shining, owned by Susan Waugh, trained by William Douglas, and driven by William Waugh. 7 is Midnight Maddie, owned by trainer Jamie Johnson with Crystal Johnson, driven by Clark Stacy. 8 is Red Carpet Ready, owned by Jeffrey Davidson, who also trains. Jacques Baudouin is in the sulky. Completing the field from trailing post 9, it's Senorita I Am for owner Danielle Martin with Dominique Michel, trained by Danielle Martin, driven by Stéphane Brosseau. That's your field for race 1, which kicks off the early daily double. And as mentioned, exactor, triactor, and superfecta wagering available here. Continuing as 4 to 5 favorite, for understandable reasons, the 2, All-Star Ballerina, and driver Guy Gagnon are now on your screen. She gets significant post relief here, having had post 7 on June 6th, and just missing by a nose. She was second as beaten favorite, and she hasn't missed the board since May 9th. It's interesting to note that the winner of the last 2 races that she has not won was Laurie Merchandise, who is not in this field. So dropping to odds of 3 to 5 now, All-Star Ballerina is a popular selection in race 1. Despite the popularity of the 2 All-Star Ballerina, it's important to note that there were others here who have been very sharp lately, including the 4 Run Baby, who had her first Rideau win June 6th. It was just by a head over Red Carpet Ready. But that was a good mile for Pascal Berube, who is back in the sulky again for the half-sister to the light speed. The starter has called the horses for race 1, last chance to play the early double. This field is lining up now for race 1. They are the 1, Run for the Money, Ryan Guy. 2, All-Star Ballerina, Guy Gagnon. 3 is Scratched. 4 is Run Baby, Pascal Berube. 5, Wickham, Marie-Claude Auger. 6, Lion Shining, William Waugh. 7, Midnight Maddie, Clark Stacy. 8, Red Carpet Ready, Jacques Baudouin. And the trailer is 9, Senorita I Am for Stéphane Brosseau. They're on the turn and headed to the start. They're off, and from the inside, Run for the Money is striding out, but she's not alone. Lion Shining is also leaving from post 6. Between them, Run Baby getting involved early, and sitting 4th in the early going is favorite All-Star Ballerina as they circle the turn. Up front now, Run Baby has been passed by Lion Shining, who opens up quickly by 2 and reaches the opening quarter in a sharp 27 flat. She's out there by a good 3+ lengths now, ahead of Run Baby, who's second, 3 lengths ahead of Run for the Money. Then it's a couple back to 4th place, All-Star Ballerina, who is followed by Midnight Maddie in 5th. Behind her, Senorita I Am, and the last 2 are Wickham and Red Carpet Ready as they're in single file order, circling that second turn and reaching the half in 55 and 3 with no one close to Lion Shining, who still leads by 3 over Run Baby, who looks to narrow the gap. It's 4 lengths back to Run for the Money, sitting 3rd, and another couple back to All-Star Ballerina. Then behind her, Midnight Maddie has action coming on her outside now in the form of the first over, Senorita I Am, still leading the way by a good 3-length margin, reaching 3/4 in 1:24 and 2 all alone. Lion Shining is pressing on, still second, Run Baby, but getting closer, pressing on for Ryan Guy. Run for the Money is running for place here as they look to hunt down Lion Shining. They're not going to get there today. It's Lion Shining and William Waugh closing for place. A couple of lengths back is Run Baby, holding on for show. Run for the Money, 1:54 and 4. Unofficial results are posted for race 1. Becoming the favorite in the final tally at odds of 7-5. Unofficial winner from post 6, Lion Shining for William Waugh. Second, 4, Run Baby. Third, 1, Run for the Money. And fourth, the 9, Senorita I Am. Hold all tickets. Making her 4th appearance this year in the Rideau Carleton Winner's Circle is unofficial Race 1 winner Lion Shining. She's a 4-year-old bay mare by Sweet Lou out of Angel Divine. She's now the official winner of Race 1. She's owned by Susan Waugh of Ottawa, bred by Steve Stewart of Paris, Kentucky, and Charles and Julie Nash of Lexington, Kentucky, trained by William Douglas, and driven to victory by William Waugh. The 154-4 win is a new lifetime mark for Lion Shining. Congratulations. Prices are now posted for Race 1 with 6 Lion Shining, paying $4.90 to win. The $2 6-4 exactor returns $11.80. The $1 try 6-4-1 pays $19.55, and the $1 superfecta 6-4-1-9 returns $119.55. The Race 1 rundown is now posted. 1, Run for the Money, finished 3rd. 2, Ulster Ballerina was 8th. 3, Breeding Bankruptcy was a vet scratch. 4, Run Baby was 2nd. 5, Wickham finished 7th. 6, Lion Shining, the race winner. 7, Midnight Maddie was 6th. 8, Red Carpet Ready finished 5th, and 9, Senorita I Am was 4th. From the top down, your program should read 3-8 scratch 2-7-1-6-5-4. The fractions were 27 seconds to the opening quarter, 55 and 3 at the half, 124 and 2 to 3 quarters, and a new lifetime mark of 154 and 4 for race winner Lion Shining and driver William Waugh. Moving on to race 2. There were no changes. It's the second leg of the early double. There's exactor, triactor, and superfecta wagering, and it also begins the early pick 4.
Did you know there are over 80 horses that are cared for and trained here at the Rideau Carleton backstretch? No live races? We still got you covered. Watch and wager on races all across North America 7 days a week. How much does it cost to play? It's free. Why would you pay to play? Enjoy all your favorite comfort foods without missing a race.
Open 7 days a week. Horse racing at Rideau Carleton. So much more than live.
The horses are coming out for the post parade for race 2. These trotters are non-winners of $15,000 lifetime. Non-winners of a race this year allowed $1,000. Also eligible $10,500 claimers, and they race for a purse of $6,700. One is Coltrane DeVee, owned by Julia Ferguson, Lloyd Stone, Sean Vino, and Coral Bailey, trained by Ted McDonald and driven by Pascal Berube. Two is Cleveland U-Bet, owned by Rosaire Renault, trained by Isabelle Darvaux, and driven by Robert Shepard. The current 8-5 favorite is the 3, Stomper Tom, owned by Wade and Philippe Toussignan, trained by Mike Armstrong and driven by Ryan Guy. Four is Tattoo Man, owned by Danielle Saint-Jacques, trained by André Lachance and driven by Stéphane Brosseau. Five is Sequence Hanover, owned by trainer-driver Jacques Baudouin, along with the estate of Ronald Charette and Jean-Roch Meroy. Six is My Mini Miracle, owned by Jean Laroche, trained by Eric Milot, driven by Marie-Claude Auger, and she's making her first start with Lasix. Seven is MVP's Daughter, owned, trained, and driven by Jerome Lombard. Completing the field from post 8, it's March 7, owned by Investissement KFB with trainer-driver Carl Duguay. That's your field for race 2, exactor, triactor, superfecta, and the beginning of the pick 4 this race. It's a very competitive field here, a full field of 8 trotters. Many bettors are going back to the 3, Stomper Tom, who wired by open lengths on a sloppy track here Thursday, taking a new lifetime mark of 159 and 3. There was a 3-second variant at that point, I believe, as well. Stomper Tom has 3 previous Rideau wins in a similar style, being very hard to catch on the front end. And he retains winning driver, Ryan Guy. Others getting consideration here, currently 4-1, the top choice of track handicapper Glenn Pearson. Number 1, Coltrane DeVee, getting major post relief. He broke leaving from post 8 and trailed throughout the mile last Thursday on a sloppy track. His last win was on the front end at a slightly lower level on May 30th at this track. He held off Stomper Tom and Sequence Hanover in the stretch. My top pick is a 5, Tattoo Man for Stéphane Brosseau. They had back-to-back wins here last November. Tattoo Man got parked early near the back of the field in the slop last Thursday, was third over on the final turn, coming after Stomper Tom, and he gets post relief in his second seasonal start. Another to watch, currently 10-1 from post 2, Cleveland Ubet, who was second last in the early going on a class drop last Thursday. He closed strongly for place. He is up in class, and he's currently 10-1. The starter has called the field for race 2, your last chance to get involved in the early pick 4. They're lining up from the outside in, but I'll give you the names from the inside out. They're the 1, Coltrane DeVee for Pascal Berube. 2, Cleveland Ubet, Robert Shepard. 3, Stomper Tom, Ryan Guy driving. 4 is Tattoo Man, Stéphane Brosseau. 5, Sequence Hanover, Jacques Baudouin. 6, My Mini Miracle, Marie-Claude Auger. 7, MVP's Daughter, Jerome Lombard. And 8, March 7 for Carl Duguay. They're on the turn and headed to the start of race 2. They're lined up on the backstretch with Sequence Hanover, last to join them. They're off and trotting. Coltrane DeVee leaving well with rail advantage, and taking back to sit second early is Stomper Tom. Following from single file third, that's Tattoo Man, and then further back in single file fourth, My Mini Miracle. Behind that one, Cleveland Ubet sits single file fifth, and out and moving already into sixth on the outside first over, March 7. They circle past the quarter in 28 and 1. Far back after a miscue, MVP's Daughter is trailing this field, led by Coltrane DeVee and Pascal Berube, 3 lengths ahead of next best Stomper Tom. It's 4 back to third place Tattoo Man, who is followed by My Mini Miracle. Then it's back to Cleveland Ubet. Following that one by another gap is Sequence Hanover, and retreating after a first over bid, March 7, and still trailing badly after the miscue, MVP's Daughter. It's a very strung out field. They went by the half in 56 and 3, and Coltrane DeVee has yet to be headed by anyone. 2 lengths back in second, but closing that gap, Stomper Tom is coming on, still gapping by about 5 lengths now. In third is Tattoo Man, and My Mini Miracle with an equivalent gap back in fourth. 125 and 2 3/4. It looks to be a 2-horse race at this point, with Coltrane DeVee continuing on the front end. Stomper Tom first over with the stretch drive looming ahead. Coltrane DeVee and Pascal Berube fighting off Stomper Tom and Ryan Guy, and coming on late, that's a move from Tattoo Man. It's between Stomper Tom on the outside, Coltrane DeVee on the inside, and by a neck, it's going to be Stomper Tom going back to back. Coltrane DeVee second, and third was Tattoo Man in 156 and 1. Unofficial results for race 2 are now on your screen with 7-5 favorite number 3, Stomper Tom, going back-to-back for driver Flyin' Ryan Guy. Second, 1, Coltrane DeVee. Third, 4, Tattoo Man. And fourth, 6, My Mini Miracle. Hold all tickets. Returning to have his picture taken after his second consecutive win. That's number 3, Stomper Tom. He's a 3-year-old bay gelding by Wheelin' and Dealin' out of Risk Seeker, owned by Wade and Philippe Toussignon of Cardinal, Ontario, bred by Cynthia Graham and William Wolfrey of Warkworth, Ontario, trained by Mike Armstrong, and driven by Ryan Guy. Now official. Congratulations, Stomper Tom and Ryan Guy. The 156 and 1 victory is a new lifetime mark. Prices are now posted for race 3. Number 3, Stomper Tom, returns $4.90 to win. The $2 daily double 6-3 combination pays $16.10. The $2 exactor 3-1 returns $14.30. The $1 try 3-1-4 pays $23.40, and the $1 superfecta pays $89.45 for the 3-1-4-6 ticket. The race 2 rundown is now on your screens. 1, Coltrane DeVee was second. 2, Cleveland You Bet finished 5th. 7-5 favorite, number 3, Stomper Tom, the race winner for Ryan Guy. 4, Tattoo Man was 3rd. 5, Sequence Hanover was 7th. 6, My Mini Miracle finished 4th. 7, MVP's Daughter was 8th. And 8, March 7 finished 6th. From the top down, your program should read 251-374-86. The fractions were 28-1 to the opening quarter, 56-3 to the half, 125-1 at 3/4, and a new lifetime best of 156-1 for race winner Stomper Tom. Moving on to race 3. Just one change, a driver change on 1. Edam Sports Baby, Marie-Claude Auger drives, not Denis Audette. Driver change to Marie-Claude Auger on the 1. Track handicapper selections are posted. Glenn Pearson likes the 3. Big Pete Style for Ryan Guy. Certainly a back class horse. I like him in my ticket for 2nd. I'm using Jim's Big Thrill on top here with Guy Gagnon. Glenn likes Tahuya Brew for 2nd. I'm using him 4th in my Superfecta. I think Delco Dynamo could be good here. He certainly got a much better post than his last 2 starts when he had the trailing post June 2nd and the 8-hole on June 9th. A shout out to Adam and friends watching and wagering from the Saratoga Casino in New York State. Good luck, Adam. Post parade is coming on track for race 3. These pacers are horses and geldings, $8,500 claimers, and also eligible non-winners of $210 per start in their last 10. The purse, $5,200. One is Edam Sports Baby, owned by trainer Denis Audette. Note the driver change from Denis Audette to catch driver Marie-Claude Auger. Currently, he's the 2-1 favorite, Edam Sports Baby. Three is Big Pete Style, owned by Rachel Burns of Cardinal, trained by Mike Armstrong and driven by Ryan Guy. Here's the 2, Raise Credit, owned by Elizabeth Adam, trained by John McMillan and driven by Robbie Robinson. Four is Tahuya Brew, owned by Limco Incorporated, trained by Vic Putty and driven by Jimmy Gagnon. Five is Delco Dynamo, owned by trainer Hélène Filion and driven by Stéphane Pouliot. Six is Current 2-1 co-favorite Jim's Big Thrill, owned by trainer Brian Scott and driven by Guy Gagnon. Completing this field from post 7, Indigo Sealster, owned by Johan Sanssouci with Sophie Messier, trained by Eric Milo and driven by Pascal Berube. That's your field for race 3, with post time coming up shortly. There's exactor, triactor, and superfecta wagering, and race 3 begins the first pick 3 of the card. This is a very competitive field. My top choice is the current favorite at odds of 9-5, number 6, Jim's Big Thrill. He was parked to the opening quarter here on Sunday for another driver when he had post 7. He tipped second over from 7th, coming to the second turn and picked up excess cover along the backstretch. He did go 3 wide on the final turn and closed in the field's fastest last quarter of 29-1. With those multiple moves he made during that last race and the addition of Guy Gagnon, plus a quick turnaround, he's my top selection here. Glenn Pearson likes the 3, Big Pete Style. That one being driven by Ryan Guy. And Big Pete Style settled third early behind the leader Rockin' My Dream here. June 2nd, his last start, and got boxed in and shuffled back on the final turn. He lost a shoe that race as well, and Hurricane King Carlo beat him to the inside path down the stretch. So Big Pete Style could turn around here. He's currently at odds of 5-2. The starter has called the field for race 3. Final chance to wager here on the first pick 3 of the 10 race card. The field is lining up. 1 is Edam's Sports Baby for catch driver Marie-Claude Auger. 2 is Ray's Credit, Robbie Robinson driving. 3, Big Pete Style, Ryan Guy. 4, Tahuya Brew, Jimmy Gagnon. 5, Delco Dynamo, Stefan Pouliot. 6, Jim's Big Thrill for Guy Gagnon. And 7, Indigo Sealster for Pascal Berube. They're gradually getting in place on the turn as they approach the backstretch for the start of race 3. They're lined up and pushing the gate away. It's multiple levers with Edam's Sports Baby rocketing out from the rail, coming on wide. That's Jim's Big Thrill pursuing the early lead between horses. Delco Dynamo has some gate speed as well as they're now settling in behind Edam's Sports Baby, who looks to cut the opening panel, reaching the opening quarter on the front end in 27-1. He's keeping about a length ahead of Delco Dynamo Following from third, that's Jim's Big Thrill. Then in single file fourth, Big Pete's Style. Behind him, it's Tahuya Brew, stepping out to come first over from last, and flushing out Tahuya Brew, Indigo Sealster, and shooting up the cones for Robbie Robinson, Ray's Credit with a ground-saving trip as they are still following Edam Sports Baby to the half, and that one gets a 29-4 breather in the second panel. Edam Sports Baby still leading the way for Marie-Claude in the pocket. Delco Dynamo not wanting to stay back in third any longer. 1-5 shot. Jim's Big Thrill gets his commands from Guy Gagnon. He's out first over and coming after Edam Sports Baby. It's a major gap of about 10 lengths back to fourth, where it's Big Pete Style fighting on and coming to his outside Tahuya Brew. But that first group has a breakaway and they reach three quarters. 1:24-4 still up front. Edam Sports Baby charging down the stretch and leading by 3 lengths. It might be enough to get there for Marie-Claude Auger. He's actually going away now. Edam Sports Baby winning by about 5 over next best. Jim's Big Thrill, and a third was Delco Dynamo, 1:53-4. Unofficial results are posted for race 3 with number 1, Edam Sports Baby. The unofficial winner for Marie-Claude Auger. Second, 6, Jim's Big Thrill, the beaten 1-5 favorite. Third, number 5, Delco Dynamo. And fourth, 7, Indigo Sealster. Hold all tickets. Now returning to the Rideau Carleton winner's circle, it's race 3, unofficial winner, number 1, Edam Sports Baby. An 8-year-old bay gelding by Sports Rider out of Don't Call Me Baby, owned by trainer Denis Audet of Portneuf, Quebec, bred by Jeffrey Williamson, Blythe, Ontario, and driven to his first win of the year by catch driver Marie-Claude Auger. 1:53-4 is a new lifetime mark for Edam Sports Baby. Congratulations. Race 3 is now official. Number 1, Edam Sports Baby pays $14.70 to win. The $2 exactor 1-6 combination pays $39.10. The $1 try 165 pays $274.90, and the $1 superfecta $864.20 for the $1 ticket of 1657. And the race 3 rundown is now posted with 1, Edam Sports Baby, the race winner for Marie-Claude Auger. 2, Ray's Credit was 7th. 3, Big Pete Style 5th. 4, Tahuya Brew 6th. 5, Delco Dynamo 3rd. 1 to 5 favorite number 6, Jim's Big Thrill was 2nd. And 7, Indigo Sealster finished 4th. From the top down, your program should read 175-632-4. The fractions were 27 and 1 to the quarter, 57 flat to the half, 124 and 4 at 3/4, 153 and 4. The new lifetime best for race winner, Edam's Sports Baby. And that also looks to be the first win of the year at Rideau Carleton for frequent Hippodrome 3R winner, Marie-Claude Auger. Welcome back. Race 4 is coming up next. We're back with trotters, exactor, triactor, and superfecta wagering, and the beginning of the second pick 4 of the card. No changes, and the post parade will be coming on track soon. Here's a reminder that on Sunday, June 16th, you can come to Rideau Carleton for brunch with Dad. It's $45 per person and excellent food, whether it's in Cafe Italiano or Mr. Lucky's Brunch with Dad at the track this Sunday. And be sure to stick around for the live racing later on at 6:30. My suggested pick 4 here costs just $4.80 for the 20-cent ticket. My best bet is coming up in the preferred handicap trot race 5. Here, Last Try is one that gets significant post relief. He's got the rail for Jerome Lombard, and he's 6-1 now, so I guess others are seeing it too, that he could be ready to do something here very soon. Glenn Pearson and I on the pregame show discussed how we thought this was likely a 2-horse race between the two. 1-5 favorite Hercules for trainer Maxime Vellet and driver Stéphane Brosseau, the 2024 Quebec Eastern Ontario Regional Driving Champion. And 3 Masterwork is the other 3-year-old trotter. This one trained by Isabelle Darvaux, driven by Robert Shepard, and coming in off a bad start May 30th. He made a break, and he finished 4th as beaten favorite, coming on late. So he's 6-1 at the moment. And another brought up by Glenn, watch the 6 Kinder First Class. This one owned by Denitsa Petrova, who often sends out very good young horses here to Rideau to start their careers. Stéphane Pouliot driving that 3-year-old filly, making her first lifetime start after winning her first qualifier. The post parade is coming on track for race 4. These trotters are non-winners of $4,000 or a race lifetime with allowances for fillies and mares. The purse, $5,800. One is Last Try, owned, trained, and driven by Jerome Lombard. Two is the current 1-5 favorite, Hercules, owned by Écurie Provocante, driven by Stéphane Brosseau, trained by Maxime Vellet. Three is Masterwork, owned by driver Robert Shepard, trained by Isabelle Darvaux. 4 is Orly's Angel, owned by Orlando Stables Incorporated, trained by Jean Beauregard, driven by Pascal Berube. Five is Stonebridge Robust, owned by Keith Castle, trained by Macy Castle Smythe, driven by Ryan Guy. 6 is the first-time starter, Kinder First Class, owned by Denitsa Petrova, trained and driven by Stéphane Pouliot. Seven is Northern Professor, owned by Jean-Louis Séguin, trained and driven by Jacques Baudouin. 8 is BBC King, owned by Marc-André Simoneau with Jean-Louis Chartier and trainer Marc Bélanger. Guy Gagnon is in the sulky. Completing this field from the trailing post is 9, Jaden's Pride, owned by Randy Zane, trained by Daniela Martin, and driven by Denis St. Pierre. That's your field for race 4. This does kick off the second of the 3 pick 4s on today's 10-race card. And we're looking at one of the horses who's a very popular choice here at odds of 1-2 at the moment. It's the 2 Hercules. Hercules impressed last Thursday. He overcame post 8 and settled 5th on the first turn. He cleared the leader, BBC King, and has back-to-back wins here now for Stéphane Brosseau and Maxime Velay. The Chestnut Trotter getting lots of attention since the windows opened here for race 4. I think the 3 Masterwork has the best chance to beat Hercules. He's making his first start since May 30th for co-owner and driver Robert Shepard. He broke leaving from the outside post last start. That was May 30th. He was caught at the back of a spaced out field on the backstretch, and he closed wide for 4th in the field's fastest last quarter of 29 flat. He was a beaten 3-2 favorite, and prior to that, he had circled the field late for a May 23rd victory at this track. Currently at odds of 5-2. That's my top choice. Number 3, Masterwork. The 6 Kinder First Class, who won her first ever qualifier here last Sunday at Rideau Carleton. This filly followed the leader, who's also in this field, Northern Professor, who has post 7 for Jacques Baudouin. And this filly pulled away late, beating 3 other trotters. This is her first parimutuel start. However you see it, this is your final chance to get involved in the second pick 4 or any wager on race 4. The starter has called the field. The trotters are in front of the grandstand, assembling behind the gate for race 4. They are the 1, Last Try, Jerome Lombard. 2, Hercules, Stéphane Brosseau. 3, Masterwork, Robert Shepard. 4, Orly's Angel for Pascal Berube. 5 is Stonebridge Robust for Ryan Guy. 6, Kinder First Class, Stéphane Pouliot. 7, Northern Professor, Jacques Baudouin. 8, BBC King, Guy Gagnon. And 9, the trailer, Jaden's Pride for Denis St. Pierre. They're on the turn, approaching the start. Northern Professor hanging back. Oh, and a break from the center of the pack. Stonebridge Robust back on the trot, but losing ground. Also hanging back early in her first career start, Kinder First Class. They're off and trotting, and it's an early 3-wide battle. On the outside, that's Orly's Angel, who looks to get around a tough Hercules, not willing to surrender, but Brosseau backs him into the pocket anyway. Sitting third, Last Try is close up and following after leaving well from the far outside. That's 4th place, BBC King. They reach the opening quarter, 30-3, leisurely fractions, and the Chestnut has said see ya and stepped to the front. That's Hercules now, striding out, leading by 3. Sitting second, Orly's Angel. A length behind that one, third. Last Try, followed by BBC King and Jaden's Pride. Back behind that one, Masterwork yet to make a move. It's a further gap back to Kinder First Class after the miscue, and trailing behind those ones were the breaker Stonebridge Robust, and at the back is Northern Professor. They're strung out in single file order, 1 minute and 3/5 the clocking to the half. A 30-second second quarter for Hercules, who is far out in front. He's got about a 5-length advantage. It's narrowing slightly. Orly's Angel is hanging tough from the pocket. Here comes a first over move from Last Try, emerging from third and moving up the cones fourth and looking to come second over now. BBC King for Guy Gagnon, also coming from the back of the field now. Here comes Jaden's Pride moving up. They're all coming after the Chestnut, Hercules, 1:29 and 4, the clocking to 3/4, and he's got 6 lengths on everyone else. Hercules, once again, for Stéphane Brosseau. Up for second, Masterwork for show, Jaden's Pride in 1:59 and 3. Unofficial results are posted for race 4 with 1 to 5 favorite number 2 Hercules, the winner for Stéphane Brosseau. Second, 3 Masterwork. Third at odds of 50 to 1, the 9 Jaden's Pride, and fourth, number 1 Last Try. Results remain unofficial. Now walking back to the Rideau Carleton winner's circle after his 3rd consecutive win at this track. It's unofficial race 4 winner, number 2 Hercules. He's a 3-year-old chestnut gelding by looks like a Chippendale out of Noblesse. Owned and bred by Écurie Provocante of Mirabel, Quebec, trained by Maxime Vellet, and driven to the win by regular driver Stéphane Brosseau. The 1:59 and 3 victory is a new lifetime mark for Hercules. Congratulations. And race 4 has become official. Number 2, Hercules, pays $2.70 to win. The $2 2-3 exactor combination pays $5.40. The $1 try 239 returns $18.60. And the $1 super pays $78.45 for the $1 2-3-9-1 combination. As we wait for the complete rundown for race 4, I should mention race 5 coming up next is a very nice field of 7 preferred handicap trotters with a couple of new arrivals here to Rideau coming in from Pocono. Number 6, Ritson, with Clark Stacy driving for Sean Stacy, and 7, Emmetown Bud for trainer-driver Pierre Beauvais. A very strong field here coming up in race 5. race 5 trotters are coming out for the post parade. This is the preferred handicap trot, going for a purse of $10,000. One is CrossFit, owned by Gordon McDonald and Christopher Boland, trained by Vic Putty, driven by Jimmy Gagnon. Now coming on track is the 2 Donatover, owned and trained by John McMillan, driven by Robbie Robinson. Three is Meadow Branch Noble, owned by Jamie Copley, trained by Mandy Archer, driven by Guy Gagnon. 4 is I'm a Stand-Up Guy, owned by Jamie Copley with Kimberly Eaton, Darren Tingley, and Dwayne Tingley, trained by Mandy Archer, driven by Robert Shepard. 5 is War We Exalt, owned by Patrick Dillon and Patty Hoskin, trained by Patrick Dillon, driven by Ryan Guy. 6 is Ritson, owned by Mark Stacy with Hudson Standardbred Stable Incorporated and Dale Larson, as well as Stephen Downey. The trainer, Sean Stacy, driver, Clark Stacy. Completing this field from post 7, it's Emmatown Bud, owned by Nicole Beauvais Gertner, trained and driven by Pierre Beauvais. He's the current even money favorite, and that's your field for the preferred trot. No changes. They'll be going behind the gate shortly. There's Exactor, Triactor, Superfecta, and Pick 3 wagering on race 5. The camera is following the 6-5 favorite, number 7, Emmatown Bud, who got away single file 5th on June 1st at Pocono, his last start. He came third over on the backstretch, gapping cover, and dodged a breaker on the final turn. He lost some ground, but came on late again for show. The 1:52.3 beaten mile is his fastest since June 2021. He has 16 previous Rideau starts last year with 3 wins on the class drop from preferred. He's a strong favorite at odds of 3-5 in today's preferred class. Taking a look at the track handicapper selections, Glenn Pearson agrees with me about Ritson. From post 6, he's at odds of 9-2 at the moment. This is a classy trotter who is coming in to make his Rideau debut from 5/8 mile, Pocono. He had post 8 there, June 4th. He settled 4th early. and made multiple moves. He hunted down the front-end favorite Truffles 2 in a stretch duel and lowered his lifetime mark to 153-1. Ritson is one of 2 Sean Stacy trainees on today's card. Glenn and I like him on top of the ticket. Glenn likes the 5, War We Exalt, who recorded his first preferred handicap here last Thursday. He's using him in the exactor. And I am going with Emmatown Bud for second. This one, the other Pocono Invader for trainer driver Pierre Beauvais. He didn't win at this level last season at this track, but he's earned his way to the outside post assignment, and 4-5 favoritism at the moment. That's number 7, Emmatown Bud. The starter has called the preferred trotters. This is your final chance to get involved here, which kicks off a pick 3. They're lining up. It's the 1 CrossFit for Jimmy Gagnon, 2 Donatover for Robbie Robinson, 3 Meadow Branch Noble, Guy Gagnon, 4 I'm a Stand-Up Guy, Robert Shepard, 5 War We Exalt for Ryan Guy, 6 Ritson, Clark Stacy, and 7 Emmatown Bud for Pierre Beauvais. They're coming off the turn, entering the backstretch, and lined up for the preferred handicap trot. They're off and trotting, pushing the gate away. War We Exalt stepping out for Ryan Guy. Also leaving aggressively from the inside, Meadow Branch Noble. Then it's a length back to a first over third. Ritson, who is advancing early, getting past 4th place. I'm a Stand-Up Guy. Then it's a gap back to 5th, where you'll find CrossFit at the back of the field on a break. Donatover trails. Emmatown Bud is keeping up with the rest from single file 6th. They head in front of the grandstand the first time, passing the quarter in 27-2 with War We Exalt in command for Ryan Guy. Tied up in the pocket, Meadow Branch Noble sitting 3rd and yet to move. That's Ritson. Now he's moving first over from 3rd, and he's towing I'm a Stand-Up Guy into it. That one is second over from 4th. Moving up the cones in 5th, CrossFit, and a couple of lengths behind him in 6th, Emmatown Bud. After the break, Donatover is at the very back of this field. The half was reached in 56 flat. War We Exalt controlling the pace in the preferred trot. Meadow Branch Noble all over the helmet in 2nd. Parked first over is number 6, Ritson. He's out there in 3rd. Here comes a 3-wide move at 3/4 from I'm a Stand-Up Guy. 1:24 2 to 3/4. And this field is closing in on War We Exalt, who maintains his lead down the stretch. Coming up the inside, Meadow Branch Noble looking to get his crown back in the preferred. Down the center of the track, Ritson is coming on the outside, Emmatown Bud, but it's Meadow Branch Noble back to winning in the top class. A late break there from Ritson. Coming on late, possibly getting place, the 7, Emmatown Bud. Hold all tickets, 155 flat for the mile. The AGCO judges have announced an inquiry concerning number 6, Ritson, who made a break before the finish. Hold all tickets. Unofficial results are posted for race 5. 5, War We Exalt, I don't believe that's correct. There we go. Number 3, Meadow Branch Noble, the unofficial winner for Guy Gagnon. Second, number 7, Emma Town Bud, the even money favorite. Third, 5, War We Exalt. And the current inquiry affects the 6, Ritson, who made a break before the finish. Results remain unofficial. Coming back to the Rideau Carleton winner's circle. After the 9-1 upset, unofficial winner number 3, Meadow Branch Noble, a 7-year-old bay gelding by Explosive Matter out of Wen Mars Memo, owned by Jamie Copley of Kenmore, Ontario, bred by Hans Engren of Abbottstown, PA, trained by Mandy Archer, and driven to his 6th seasonal win by Guy Gagnon. The 155 victory matches the seasonal best of unofficial race 5 winner Meadow Branch Noble. The ongoing inquiry concerns the 6, Ritson, and the break he made in deep stretch before the finish. We're taking a look at the stretch drive and footage of the breaker 6, Ritson. The AGCO judges have ruled he was not lapped on or on an extended break, therefore no violation of the braking rule and no placing. 6, Ritson finished 4th and will stay up in 4th. Race 5 is now official. Three, Meadow Branch Noble returns $21.10 for the win. $2 exactor, 3-7, pays $100 and change. The $1 pick 4 that ends here pays on 4 of 4, $1,821.35. The $1 pick 3 ending here pays on 3 of 3. We'll cycle back to that. There's the 20-cent pick 4, $364.27 for the 3-1, 210, 3 ticket. That $1 triactor here pays $114.75 for the 375 ticket. And the race 5 rundown is now on your screens. Number 1, CrossFit, finished 6th. 2, Donatover was 7th. 3, Meadow Branch Noble, the 9-1 winner for Guy Gagnon. 4, I'm a Stand-Up Guy, was 5th. 5, War We Exalt, finished 3rd. 6, Ritson was 4th. And even money favorite, number 7, Emmatown Bud finished 2nd. From the top down, the program should read 671 5342. The fractions were 27 and 2 to the opening quarter, 56 seconds to the half, 124 and 2 at 3/4, 155 flat, the seasonal best equaling mile for number 3, Meadow Branch Noble. There's the photo for show with the 5 on the inside, War We Exalt for Ryan Guy. Getting there by a narrow nose over 6, Ritson on the outside for Clark Stacy. The AGCO judges ruled that Ritson complied with the braking rules. There was no extended brake. He was not lapped on. Ritson stayed up for 4th behind show finisher War We Exalt. can't make it to Woodbine Mohawk Park for the 2024 North America Cup this Saturday, June 15th, come to Rideau Carleton. You can watch and wager in the simulcast lounge, trackside here in the nation's capital. And the handicapping contest keeps going. Tammy Forgey's handicapping contest is open to on-track players only. It's free to enter. You must be here to get your free entry forms. The jackpot has now reached $1,800. Best of luck in the North America Cup to Funtime Bayama, who started his career at Rideau Carleton. Speaking of the start, we've got the post parade coming up for 9 starters here. These are non-winners of $900 per start in their last 10 starts. Non-winners of a race this year allowed $100, going for a purse of $7,000. One is Stardog, owned, trained, and driven by Ryan Guy. Two is current 4-5 favorite Greystone Watchman, who's owned by Nicolas Soucy with Danny Nadeau, trained by Eric Milo and driven by Pascal Berube. Three is Flash Cube, owned by Yvon Mondu, trained and driven by Guy Gagnon. Four is Candid Cameron, owned by a numbered Quebec corporation, trained and driven by Stéphane Pouliot. Five is Press Time, owned by Jamie Copley, trained by Mandy Archer, driven by Jimmy Gagnon, and making his first start with Lasix. Six is Dylan's Bank, owned and trained by John McMillan, driven by Stéphane Brosseau. Seven is Stonebridge Hermes, owned, trained, and driven by Jacques Baudouin. Eight is Blue Moose, owned by Taylor Shepard and Nathan Darvaux, trained by Isabelle Darvaux and driven by Robert Shepard. Completing the field from the trailing post is 9, Party Vibes, owned by trainer Eric Lafleur with Pierre and Michel Blais. In the sulky, Marie-Claude Auger. That's your field for race 6, exactor and triactor wagering. The high 5 is one of 2 on the card, and the pick 5 is the only one of this 10 race card. It kicks off here, and many going to the 2 to start their pick 5 this race. Greystone Watchman for Pascal Berube. This one looks like Berube's choice over Press Time and possibly Party Vibes. He was disqualified after winning June 2nd at Hippodrome 3R in the preferred handicap for another driver, Guy Gagnon, who's driving Flash Cube here. Greystone Watchman was 3 wide, moving to the front on the second turn, and he opened up on the front end, but was set back to third for interference. He was a beaten 3-2 favorite and he's the 4-5 favorite today at Rideau Carleton. Number 2, Greystone Watchman. Another popular choice here is number 3, Flash Cube. He had a tough trip on a good surface here last Thursday, settling 5th on the opening turn. He came second over at the half following the cover of Howie's Man. He gapped that cover on the final turn and tipped wide late. He was gaining ground in deep stretch. It's not his favorite trip. He likes the front end, and he gets major post relief here. Flash Cube is coming in from the 8 hole, which he had on June 6th. He's looking for another front end trip, similar to what he had on May 26th, when he did cut the mile, but was taken down late by Full Horse and finished second. We've got some light rain here at the track, but it's still very fast. Thanks to the players joining us, playing on Twin Spires, HPI Bet, Naira Bets, and other ADWs across North America. The starter has called the race 6 field. This is your final chance to play the Rideau Carleton Pick 5. The Pacers are assembling behind the gate, led by 1, Stardog and Ryan Guy. 2 is Greystone Watchman for Pascal Berube. 3, Flash Cube, Guy Gagnon. 4, Candid Cameron, Stéphane Pouliot. 5, Press Time, Jimmy Gagnon. 6, Dylan's Bank, Stéphane Brasso. 7, Stonebridge Hermes, Jacques Baudouin. 8, Blue Moose, Robert Shepard. And the trailer is 9, Party Vibes, Marie-Claude Auger. They're on the turn and headed toward the start. Hanging back, Stardog and Dylan's Bank. They're at the start and they're off, and there's 5 of them leaving like a team, rocketing out Greystone Watchman between horses. On his outside, Dylan's Bank says no way and takes command. He's still edging to the front ahead of fast leaving Greystone Watchman, who has settled back into second, and also taking back to land third in the early going is Flash Cube, as the front group have some separation and hit the quarter in the fastest clocking of the night, 26 and 3. Further back by about 4 lengths following from fourth is Stardog, and keeping up behind him it's Party Vibes just ahead of Press Time and Candid Cameron. The last 2 are Stonebridge Hermes and Blue Moose Trails. We have got a new leader up front as Dylan's Bank sits the pocket. They head towards the halfway point, and they're led by Greystone Watchman in line to Pascal Berube. He reaches the half in 55 and 2. Flash Cube is out and moving now. He's first over, inching into second outside of Dylan's Bank. Coming after leader Greystone Watchman. Following his cover on the outside is Marie-Claude Auger with Party Vibes getting the shuffle back inside. Now sitting 5th on the cones is Stardog as they're circling towards 3/4, 124 and 1 the clocking there. And Flash Cube and Guy Gagnon have made front ahead of Greystone Watchman, and still coming late, that's Dylan's Bank, but that's some serious separation here of a good 3 lengths for Flash Cube and the King Guy Gagnon ahead of, tight battle for place, but it looks like Party Vibes may have stung Dylan's Bank in 153 and 3. Unofficial race 6 results are now posted. 3 to 5 favorite number 3, Flash Cube, the winner for Guy Gagnon. Second at odds of 23 to 1, number 9, Party Vibes. Third, 6, Dylan's Bank. Fourth was the 1, Stardog. And completing the high 5 unofficially, number 2, Greystone Watchman was 5th. Hold all tickets. Now coming back for his win photo. That's race 6 unofficial winner, number 3, Flash Cube. He's a 6-year-old bay gelding by Sports Writer out of Fancy a Dream, owned by Yvonne Mondu of Blainville, Quebec. Bred by David Keys and Julie Keys of Millgrove, Ontario. Trained and driven by the King, Guy Gagnon. 153 and 3 is the seasonal best for Flash Cube. That's his 2nd win of the year in his 8th 2024 start. Race 6 results are now official. Number 3, Flash Cube returns $3.40 to win. The $2 exactor 3-9 ticket pays $49.40. $1 tri-actor returns $81.40 for the 3-9-6 combination. And the 20-cent super high 5 3-9-6-1-2 ticket pays $328.82. The rundown is now posted for race 6. Number 1, Stardog was 4th. 2, Greystone Watchman was 5th. 3 to 5 favorite, Flash Cube, the race winner for Guy Gagnon. 4, Candid Cameron finished 7th. 5, Press Time was 8th. 6, Dylan's Bank was 3rd. 7, Stonebridge Hermes finished 6th. 8, Blue Moose was 9th. And 9, Party Vibes finished 2nd. From the top down, your program should read 451-783-692. The fractions were 26 and 3, opening quarter 55 and 2, at the half 124 and 1, at 3 quarters 153 and 3. The seasonal best victory for Flash Cube. On your screens, the tight decision for place. On the outside, it's place finisher number 9, Party Vibes for Marie-Claude Auger. On the inside, the 6, Dylan's Bank, and Stéphane Brosseau finished 3rd. We have a birthday greeting to pass along. David Simpello, happy birthday from your family, friends, and everyone here at Rideau Carleton Raceway. Happy birthday, David. Tickets are now on sale for the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame Induction Gala, Wednesday, August 7th, 2024 at the Mississauga Convention Centre, with inductees Ross Curran, Sylvain Fillion, Richard Grubb, Dr. Moira Gunn, Patrick Husbands, Dr. Ian Moore, Glenn Todd, Ed Tracy, Dan Vella, Be a Magician, Channel Maker, and Starship Jubilee. Those tickets can be purchased from the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame.com via their website, or their number is 416-417-9404. The early bird price of $225 plus HST is in place until July 5th. Inductee Sylvain Fillion had his first parimutuel win back in the day at Rideau Carleton Raceway, driving Supreme Jade. Best of luck to Sylvain and Funtime Bayama, who had an early qualifier at Rideau Carleton in his 2-year-old season. You can watch and wager on the 2024 North America Cup, one of the top events for the 3-year-old pacers, this Saturday night, June 15th at Woodbine Mohawk Park. And we'll be carrying that race, of course, in the simulcast lounge here at Rideau Carleton. Lots of opportunities to watch and wager in comfort here on track. And Tammy Forgey's handicapping contest, which I mention so frequently, it continues with a jackpot that has reached $1,800. It's free to enter, but you must be on track to play. So join us for the North America Cup this Saturday night at Rideau Carleton. The race 7 field is coming out for the post parade. These fillies and mares are non-winners of $6,000 in their last 5 starts. Also eligible, not listed, preferred, who draw outside, handicapped by earnings in their last 5 starts. The purse is $8,000. There's exactor, triactor, and superfecta wagering here, and it also kicks off the last pick 4 of this card. 1 is Butterfly Kisses, owned by Bruce Tremblay, trained by Isabelle Darvaux, and driven by Robert Shepard. Two is Speaker Nancy, owned by Jamie Copley with the Ottawa Bob Racing Stable, trained by Mandy Archer and driven by Ryan Guy. Three is Better Catch Girl, owned by a numbered Canadian corporation with trainer Vic Putty. Jimmy Gagnon drives. Four is The Turning Point, owned by Sylvain Cote with trainer Robert Bernicki and driven by Stéphane Brosseau. Five is DA Temptation, owned by Pierre Yvon Mondou Incorporated, trained and driven by Guy Gagnon. Six is Caesar's Shot, owned by trainer Luc Loyer and driven by Pascal Berube. Completing the field from post 7, Parisian Blue Chip, owned by Stephen Klunowski with David McDonald, trained by Sean Stacey, driven by Clark Stacey. That's your field. There's no changes here. Again, exactor, triactor, superfecta, and late pick 4 wagering. Two, Speaker Nancy is the current top choice here at odds of 6-5. She adds catch driver Ryan Guy as Robert Shepard drives for Isabelle Darvaux with the 1, Butterfly Kisses, this race. Speaker Nancy enjoyed a front-end trip and a seasonal best victory here on May 30th with a class drop, 154-1. Actually, we're taking a look at the 2. The 3 is 18-1. Little bit of a numerical issue there, but the top choice at odds, at odds of 8-5, it is the 2, Speaker Nancy. My number is incorrect. The 2 is Speaker Nancy. At those 6-5 odds, a popular choice. I have an error in my own handiwork here. I thought the 3 was Speaker Nancy, but she had the 3 last time. She's the 2 here. Speaker Nancy, a current 6-5 favorite, understandably coming in off of that most recent victory, May 30th. And Ryan Guy certainly heating up as a driver here lately. Glenn Pearson and I were looking to the outside. I like the 6 Caesar's Shot here, who took back to 4th in her June 2nd Rideau debut behind a 3-wide battle for early command. And she came first over from 4th, approaching 3/4, took the inside path down the stretch, and was 3rd to the pace setter, DA Temptation, and the fast closing winner, Sauble Amber, Canada's fastest mile of the season on a 5/8 mile track at that point. Caesar's Shot is currently 7-1. The starter has called the field. They're lining up and headed towards the turn for race 7. Kicking off the last pick 4. The 1 is Butterfly Kisses, Robert Shepard. 2, Speaker Nancy, Ryan Guy. 3, Better Catch Girl, Jimmy Gagnon. 4, The Turning Point, Stefan Brasso. 5, DA Temptation, Guy Gagnon. 6, Caesar's Shot, Pascal Berube. And 7, Parisian Blue Chip for Clark Stacy. They're in a line on the Rideau backstretch. And they're off and pacing, and everyone leaving except the last outside post horses, Caesar's Shot and Parisian Blue Chip, who take back. Settling early on the front end is Speaker Nancy, but that could be a short-lived lead. Here comes a fast-moving DA Temptation to take it away from her, putting Speaker Nancy in the pocket, but that looks like it's going to be short-lived as well. Opening quarter, 27-1 for DA Temptation. Speaker Nancy is circling back to the lead for Ryan Guy, sitting third, watching it all unfold. Butterfly Kisses, a couple of lengths back and forth to Better Catch Girl. Stepping out first over from 5th is Parisian Blue Chip. Following that cover, The Turning Point, still trailing the closer, Caesar's Shot, as they circle toward the halfway point in 56-3, led by Speaker Nancy with DA Temptation now in the pocket. And here comes Butterfly Kisses emerging from single file third and now matching strides with DA Temptation. She's on the outside, sticking a neck out and moving up into second to chase Speaker Nancy, still leading the way. Moving second over into 4th is Parisian Blue Chip, dropping back 5th on the inside. Better Catch Girl coming 3 wide from the back of the pack, The Turning Point, and still trailing Caesar's Shot, 125 flat to 3/4, and Speaker Nancy trying to extend her lead. She's 3 lengths ahead of DA Temptation, the rest just battling for show. It's Speaker Nancy and Ryan Guy keeping a good 3 lengths ahead of next best DA Temptation. Coming on late for show, Parisian Blue Chip, 153-3. The AGCO judges have announced that there is an inquiry concerning 3 Better Catch Girl who may have had broken equipment before the start. That inquiry concerning broken equipment, possibly before the start, on number 3, Better Catch Girl. Hold all tickets. Unofficial results for race 7 are posted. 2, Speaker Nancy, the race winner for Ryan Guy. 2nd, 5, DA Temptation. 3rd, beaten favorite at odds of 7-5. Number 7, Parisian Blue Chip. 4th, the 4, The Turning Point. Hold all tickets. The inquiry is ongoing concerning whether 3, Better Catch Girl, had broken equipment before the start. Now coming back to the Rideau Carleton Winners Enclosure after the unofficial win here in race 7. It's 2, Speaker Nancy. She's a 5-year-old bay mare by Art Speak out of Let's Imagine, owned by Jamie Copley of Kenmore, Ontario, with the Ottawa Bob Racing Stable of Ottawa, Ontario, bred by Walnridge Farm Incorporated, Cream Ridge, New Jersey, trained by Mandy Archer, driven by Flyin' Ryan Guy. That's the 5th win this season in the 10th start of the year by Speaker Nancy. The 1:53.3 winning mile is a new seasonal best. And the judges have reviewed footage of race 7 and come to a decision that 3, Better Catch Girl, did have broken equipment prior to the start of race 7. Therefore, there will be a complete parimutuel refund on 3, Better Catch Girl, in race 7. Race 7 is now official. One, Speaker Nancy, the winner from post 2, pays $6.10 to win. The $1 pick 4 that ends here pays on 4 of 4, $287.15 on the 210, 3, 310, 2. Those 10s were just also eligibles who did not start. That's what that has to do with. The $2 exactor here, 2.5 pays 20.20. The $1 try, 257 We'll cycle back to that. 20-cent pick 3 here, 3 of 3, returns $105.89. The 20-cent pick 4, $57.43. That $1 try, 257, pays $39.80. The $1 superfecta, 2574, returns $111.90. The race 7 rundown is now posted. 1, Butterfly Kisses was 7th. 2, Speaker Nancy, the race winner for Ryan Guy. 3, Better Catch Girl was a complete parimutuel refund, finishing 6th and having broken equipment before the start. 4, The Turning Point, finished 4th. 5, DA Temptation was 2nd. 6, Caesar's Shot was 5th. And 7, Parisian Blue Chip finished 3rd as 6-5 beaten favorite. From the top down, your program should read 7, 1, 6, Broken Equipment, refund, 4, 2, 5, 3. The fractions were 27 and 1 to the opening quarter, 56 and 3 to the half, 125 flat at 3/4, 153 and 3 the winning mile for Speaker Nancy. Race 8 is coming up next with exactor, triactor, superfecta, and pick 3 wagering, and 1 equipment change on 1 Ciel Bleu, a shoeing change. They are now approaching the track for the post parade. The race 8 trotters are coming on track for this post parade. Non-winners of $40,000, fillies and mares $50,000 lifetime. Also eligible non-winners of $6,000 in their last 5 starts and $25,000 claimers. They're racing for a purse of $7,800. One is Ciel Bleu, owned by Écurie Provocante, trained by Maxime Vellet and driven by Stéphane Brosseau. He has a shoeing change from steel to aluminum behind. Two is Charlie Barr, owned by Nicole Beauvais-Gertner, trained and driven by Pierre Beauvais. Three is current 7-5 favorite Monk, owned by Michel Letarte with Jamie and Jacob Copley and Kimberly Eaton. Monk is trained by Mandy Archer and driven by Guy Gagnon. Four is The Magic of Life, owned, trained, and driven by Robbie Robinson. Five is Mask of Zorro, owned by trainer Benoit Ibert with Eric Lafleur and driven by Pascal Berube. Six is Eyes of Justice, owned by Limco Incorporated, trained by Vic Putty, driven by Jimmy Gagnon. Completing the field from post 7, it's Raising Rusty, owned by a numbered Quebec corporation, trained and driven by Stéphane Pouliot. That's your field for race 8, which has exactor, triactor, superfecta, and pick 3 wagering. We're taking a look at the favorite, 3-5 top choice Monk, who seems overdue for a Rideau victory. He gapped fourth early on the sloppy surface here last Thursday, tightened up to come first over on the second turn, and was gaining ground along the backstretch, coming after the front-end winner, Donatover. Monk ran out of racetrack, but he did close in the field's fastest last quarter of 29-2, and today he's reunited with his regular driver, Guy Gagnon. Track handicapper picks are now on screen with Glenn Pearson and myself going back to Ciel Bleu here. And he's 5-1 at the moment. We both like Monk for second, but also both of us tend to box those exactor tickets. So 1-3 might be a good idea here. The shoeing change is something to consider with the one, Ciel Bleu. He's a versatile trotter who has 7 previous Rideau wins with a variety of posts and trips. And Stéphane Brosseau is staying with him after a third over trip here on May 30th following Donatover. Ciel Bleu got parked and faded in the stretch that race. He's back here with rail advantage. It's a bit of post relief, although he was only starting from mid-pack on May 30th, post 5. Donatover was much the best that day. He's not in this field. The starter has called the race 8 trotters. If you'd like to play the pick 3 this afternoon, this is your final opportunity to do so at Rideau Carleton. The trotters are lining up. 1 is Ciel Bleu, Stéphane Brosseau. 2, Charlie Barr, Pierre Beauvais. 3, Monk, Guy Gagnon. 4, The Magic of Life, Robbie Robinson. 5, Mask of Zorro, Pascal Berube. 6, Eyes of Justice, Jimmy Gagnon. And 7, Raising Rusty for Stéphane Pouliot. Raising Rusty is trailing the rest by several lengths from post 7. Ciel Bleu looks to be timing the gate. They're on the back stretch. And they're off and trotting. Firing from post 2 is Charlie Barr for Pierre Beauvais, but circling him early, that's Mask of Zorro, who's grabbing early command for Pascal Berube. Now sitting the pocket is Charlie Barr, advancing first over from 3rd, moving into 2nd. Now Eyes of Justice and Jimmy Gagnon are up to challenge for the early lead at the opening quarter. Eyes of Justice, 28 and 4. 28 and 4, a very good opening panel for this group. And sitting second, Mask of Zorro. 3rd, Charlie Barr. Here comes the first over move from 4th. That's Monk advancing on the outside. He's towing Ciel Bleu into it from 2nd over 5th. Gapping somewhat behind that group is Raising Rusty, and far back the Magic of Life trails this field that now reaches the halfway point in 59 and 2, with Eyes of Justice leading the way for Jimmy Gagnon at 30-1 odds. Still advancing first over into 2nd. Monk has been out there a while, sitting back in 3rd on the inside. Mask of Zorro has more. 2nd over 4th and still gaining. Ciel Bleu. There's 3 in, 3 out in the front pack ahead of the distanced Magic of Life as they reach 3/4. 128 flat, and like a team now, it's Monk on the outside and Eyes of Justice on the inside, turning for home with that long shot leader under steady pressure from the favorite. Coming up the cones, here's Ciel Bleu with some late speed, but Monk is going to prevail, getting there ahead of Eyes of Justice, and a battle for show between Ciel Bleu on the inside and Raising Rusty on the outside in 157 and 2. Unofficial results are posted for race 8. 1-2 favorite, number 3, Monk, the race winner for Guy Gagnon. Second at odds of 30-1, number 6, Eyes of Justice. Third, the 1, Ciel Bleu. And 4th, the 7, Raising Rusty. Hold all tickets. Coming back to have his picture taken after the unofficial race 8 victory, it's number 3, Monk. He's a 4-year-old bay gelding by Muscle Hill out of All Over Again. He's owned by Michel Letarte of Quebec, Jamie and Jacob Copley, and Kimberly Eaton of Ontario. Bred by Glengate Farms, Ontario, trained by Mandy Archer, driven by Guy Gagnon. The 157-2 victory is the first at this track this year for Monk. It's his third 2024 win in his 20th start of the year. And results are now official for race 8. Three, Monk returns $3.10 to win. That $2 exactor 3-6 combination pays $37.70. The $1 triactor 3-6-1 returns $88.40. The $1 super pays $302.65 for the 3-6-1-7 $1 ticket. The rundown is posted for race 8. 1, Ciel Bleu finished 3rd. 2, Charlie Barr was 6th. 1-2 favorite, number 3, Monk, the race winner for Guy Gagnon. 4, The Magic of Life was 7th. 5, Mask of Zorro was 5th. 6, Eyes of Justice, 2nd. And 7, Raising Rusty finished 4th. From the top down, your program should read 361-752-4. The fractions were 28 and 4, 59 and 2, 128 flat, and 157 and 2, the winning mile by Monk. The show photo is now on your screens. On the inside, that's Ciel Bleu and Stéphane Brasseau. Nosing out, the fast closing, number 7, Raising Rusty with Stéphane Pouliot on the outside. A reminder that Rideau Carleton's simulcast lounge will be open this Saturday night, June 15th, for the 2024 North America Cup Final. It's an excellent card, also with finals for the Roses Are Red for the older pacing mares, the Mohawk Gold Cup for the older male pacers, the Good Times for the 3-year-old trotters, and the Fan Hanover for the 3-year-old filly pacers. $1,800 jackpot in Tammy Forgey's on-track only handicapping contest, which involves selections for the North America Cup card at Mohawk. You have to be here to play on track in that handicapping contest. Just 2 more races left on today's card at Rideau. Race 9 coming up to kick off the late double. The post parade is coming on track for race 9. These fillies and mares are $8,500 through $10,500 claimers. Also eligible, non-winners, $20,000 or 2 races lifetime who draw for posts against the $8,500 claimers. The purse here is $6,200. One is JK LMNO, owned by Gerard Vaillancourt, who also trains Jimmy Gagnon in the sulky. Coming on track now, 2, Always Be Merry, who is trained and driven by Andrew Moore, who co-owns this filly with Tommy Godfrey. 3 is D.A. Cinnamon Crunch, owned by Keith Castle, trained by Macy Castle Smythe, driven by Ryan Guy. Four is Why Not Hoss, owned by trainer Robert Bernicki and driven by Stéphane Brosseau. 5 is Big Cheddar, owned by Jamie Copley, trained by Mandy Archer and driven by Robert Shepard. 6 is Current 2-to-1 co-favorite, Beauty is Blind, owned by the Desjardins Noro stable with trainer Marc-André Simoneau and Jean Fontaine. Pascal Berube is in the sulky. And the other co-favorite completes this field from post 7. It's Beach Journey for Écurie Guy Gagnon Incorporated with Frederic Gagnon, trained and driven by Guy Gagnon. That's your field for race 9 with 3 current co-favorites at odds of 2-to-1, showing how competitive this one is. So the 6, Beauty is Blind, is who Glenn and I liked here. She was out-sprinted off the gate here last Thursday by Beach Journey. She took back to 3rd on the opening turn and got boxed in on the 2nd turn by Big Cheddar and JK LMNO, who were moving on the outside. Beauty is Blind got shuffled to last by 3/4, but had a big late move up the inside path for place, coming home in the field's fastest closing quarter 29-4 on a good racing surface. She's currently 5-2. Beauty is Blind. Shifting now to the favorite, number 7, Beach Journey, is at odds of 2-1. She has gate speed, and post has not mattered as much to Beach Journey as to many others here at Rideau Carleton. She made front early last Thursday on a card when half the winners capitalized on front-end trips, and she held off a first over Big Cheddar along the backstretch and final turn. She held off over Beauty is Blind, or I should say she held on over a fast-closing Beauty is Blind, holding her off. The post 7 isn't ideal, but Beach Journey has an impressive ability to leave from any post for Guy Gagnon. The starter has called the race 9 field. This is your last chance to play the late double. They're lining up for race 9. One is JK LMNO for Jimmy Gagnon. 2, Always Be Merry, Andrew Moore. 3, DA Cinnamon Crunch, Ryan Guy. 4, Why Not Hoss, Stefan Brasso. 5, Big Cheddar for Robert Shepard. 6, Beauty is Blind, Pascal Berube. And 7, Beach Journey for Guy Gagnon. They're on the turn and headed to the start for race 9. On the back stretch, they're lined up. And they're off and pacing from the middle of the pack. That's Big Cheddar and Why Not Hoss, leaving well, and characteristic early speed from the outside post for Beach Journey and Guy Gagnon. She's up to match strides with Beach Journey and takes over as they head towards that opening quarter. Beach Journey keeping ahead of Big Cheddar, and third place, Why Not Hoss, through a 27 flat opening panel. Big Cheddar making a big move in a bold decision by Robert Shepard to come after Beach Journey. She circles back to the lead. Sitting second now, Beach Journey is a couple of lengths back to third place. Why Not Hoss keeping ahead of JK LMNO, who steps out from fourth to come first over. Second over now, moving from sixth, is Beauty is Blind. Caught inside, lacking racing room, is DA Cinnamon Crunch, and still trailing this group as they reach that halfway point is Always Be Merry. 57-1, a 30-1 breather for Big Cheddar, who keeps about a length and a half ahead of next best. Beach Journey parked first over, and still out there in third is JK LMNO, and moving up the inside in fourth, that is Why Not Hoss, caught second over behind the slowing cover. Beauty is Blind for Berube, who's going to have to think about more here for the stretch. Coming third over from further back, DA Cinnamon Crunch is out and moving as the field turns for home. Past 3/4 in 125 and 3. Big Cheddar putting in a big performance and leading by 3. JK Elemento is coming on late, so is Beauty is Blind, but it's going to be Big Cheddar who gets the cheese today ahead of JK Elemento, and Beauty is Blind in 155 flat. Unofficial results are posted for race 9 with 5 Big Cheddar. The race winner for Robert Shepard, second at odds of 13-1, number 1, JK Elemento. Third, 4-5 beaten favorite, number 6, Beauty is Blind. And finishing fourth to 7, Beach Journey. Now coming back to the Rideau Carleton winners enclosure. That's the winner of race 9, 5 Big Cheddar. A 5-year-old bay mare by Better Than Cheddar out of Big Bottom, owned by Jamie Copley of Kenmore, Ontario, bred by Windback Farm of Chesapeake City, Maryland, trained by Mandy Archer, driven by Robert Shepard. The 155 victory is a new lifetime mark for Big Cheddar. Congratulations on the 4th seasonal victory in the 12th 2024 start for Big Cheddar. Race 9 results are now official. Five Big Cheddar returns $7 to win. The $2 exactor 5-1 combination pays $76.10. The $1 try 516 pays $86.05, and the $1 superfecta 5167 returns $201.15. The race 9 rundown is now on your screens. 1, JK LMNO was second. 2, Always Be Merry finished 5th. 3, DA Cinnamon Crunch was 7th. 4, Why Not Haas finished 6th. 5, Big Cheddar, the race winner for Robert Shepard. 6, Beauty is Blind was 3rd as 4 to 5 beaten favorite. And 7, Beach Journey finished 4th. From the top down, your program should read 2576134. Fractions were 27, opening quarter 57 and 1 at the half, 125 and 3 3/4, and a new lifetime mark of 155 flat for race winner Big Cheddar and driver Robert Shepard. Race 10 is coming up, back on the trot. Taking a look at the place photo, a very close decision, like several finishes today. On the inside, that is Jimmy Gagnon with the runner-up, number 1, JK LMNO. The show finisher, number 6, Beauty is Blind, is on the outside for Pascal Berube. A tight finish for place in race 9. Behind the winner, Big Cheddar. With the North America Cup card and the accompanying stakes taking place at Woodbine Mohawk Park this Saturday night, June 15th. Don't forget the Rideau Carleton on-track handicapping contest, which is on that card and has reached the jackpot of $1,800. It hasn't been hit. Free to enter, free to play, must be on track. And also mark your calendars if you're looking forward to more high-class stakes from 3-year-old pacers here in Ontario this season. On Sunday, June 23rd, the OSS Gold, Filly, and Colt Pacers, 3-year-olds, are here at Rideau Carleton. That's Sunday, June 23rd, Ontario Sire Stakes Gold. The 3-year-old pacers, boys and girls, both visit the nation's capital. Here comes the race 10 post parade. These trotters are non-winners of $30,000 lifetime with allowances for fillies and mares. Also eligible here, non-winners of $3,000 in their last 5 starts and $15,000 claimers. They race for a purse of $7,000. One is Spicy Redhead, owned by Natalie Seguin, who also trains. William Waugh is in the sulky. From post 3, Orly's Pride is owned by Orlando Stables Incorporated, trained by Jean Beauregard, driven by Denis Saint-Pierre. 4 is Ms. Franny, owned by Michael and Sam Sergi. Sam Sergi is the trainer. Antonio Vecchio is in the bike. From post 5, La Bromontoise for owner-trainer-driver Jerome Lombard. Six is Duramax, owned by trainer Stephen Leroux, driven by Robbie Robinson. Seven is Okihili, owned by Écurie Gagnon, incorporated with Stephanie Gagnon, trained and driven by Guy Gagnon. Eight is the Roan Incredible Hall, owned by Paul Smythe, trained by Macy Castle Smythe and driven by Ryan Guy. From post 2, now on track, the 3 to 5 current favorite, number 2, Southwind Russian, owned by a numbered Quebec corporation, trained and driven by Stéphane Pouliot. Completing the field from trailing post 9, Wish You'd Tell Me, owned by trainer Gerard Vaillancourt and driven by Jimmy Gagnon. That's your field for race 10. No changes. Exactor, triactor, and high five wagering here in the last of the Thursday card. We're looking at the current favorite, number 2, Southwind Russian. He's an easy horse to like here. He gets post and class relief. He was 3 wide early, coming after Illusioniste Gale here last Thursday, getting parked well beyond the half. He finally cleared to the lead on the backstretch, but tired late, finishing 4th. He was a front-end Rideau winner in his lifetime best mark of 156-1 on May 16th, becoming the first post-8 winner on the trot so far this meet. Currently 3 to 5 favorite, number 2, Southwind Russian for Stéphane Pouliot. The starter has called this field last chance to wager today at Rideau Carleton. Thanks for all of you who joined us this afternoon. The trotters are lining up from the inside out. They are Spicy Redhead for William Waugh. Slow to catch up with the others. 2, Southwind Russian, Stéphane Pouliot, who still lags behind by many lengths. 3, Orly's Pride, Denis St. Pierre. 4, Ms. Franny for Antonio Vecchio. 5, La Bromontoise, Jerome Lombard. 6, Duramax, Robbie Robinson. 7, Okihili for Guy Gagnon. 8, Incredible Hall, Ryan Guy, and the trailer Wish You'd Tell Me for Jimmy Gagnon. This field is on the back stretch with Southwind Russian closing up ground to catch them. They're off and trotting and leaving well from post 4. Ms. Franny is stepping out ahead of Orly's Pride in the early going. Here comes a big move from Duramax, who's circling from post 6. Oh, we have a breaker on a run early. That's Le Bromontoise taken wide by Jerome Lombard as they're too wide, chasing to the opening quarter. Duramax is now circling Orly's Pride to grab the lead for Robbie Robinson. That's Duramax out there by about a length and a half over next best. Orly's Pride sitting in third. Ms. Franny coming first over now. From fourth is the favorite, Southwind Russian, following that cover. Second over fifth, Spicy Redhead. And out there following him from third over, Okie Healy, as they're on that second turn approaching the half. The thunder begins, 59 and 2. Duramax trying to outrace the competition and the weather on the front end. Here comes Southwind Russian to his outside, and the pressure is on for Duramax inside. Southwind Russian outside, and looming behind them, Spicy Redhead is up into third, sitting fourth on the inside. Orly's Pride, and gearing up back third over is Okie Healy for Guy Gagnon, 128 and 3 2/3. Southwind Russian has put away Duramax, and he's yet to face Spicy Redhead and William Waugh, who are coming wide. 3 wide as well. Okie Healy for Guy Gagnon, chasing his 4th win of the day. Here's the stretch drive, and Pouliot asking Southwind Russian for more. Spicy Redhead keeps coming on the outside. On the inside, Southwind Russian digs deep, and Southwind Russian does it again. He holds off Spicy Redhead. Up for show was Okie Healy in 158 and 4. Unofficial results are posted for race 10 with 2. Southwind Russian, the 3-5 favorite, winning for Stéphane Pouliot. Second, 1, Spicy Redhead. Third, 3, actually third, 7, Okie Healy, ahead of 4th place, number 3, Orly's Pride. Completing the unofficial high 5 was 6, Duramax. Hold all tickets. Now coming back to the Rideau Carleton Winner's Circle for the 4th time this year. in his 7th seasonal start. Unofficial race 10 winner, number 2, Southwind Russian, a 4-year-old brown gelding by Tactical Landing out of Raising Roxanne, owned by a numbered Quebec corporation. He was bred by Southwind Farms, LLC, Pennington, New Jersey, trained and driven by Stéphane Pouliot. Race 10 is now official. Two, Southwind Russian returns $3.30 to win. The $2 exactor 2-1 combination pays $7.70. The $1 try we'll get back to. The $1 pick 4 2-3-5-2 combination pays on 4 of 4 $75.55. It's a popular ticket. The $1 pick 5 3-2-3-5-2 returns $239.55 for the 5 of 5 ticket. The 20-cent super high 5 here, 21736, returns $29.35. Getting back to the triactor here, 217. $1 ticket pays $15.40, and the $2 late double 5-2 combination returns $13.90. The $1 pick 3, 3-5-2, 3 of 3 pays $9.85. The race 10 rundown is now posted with 1 Spicy Redhead finishing second, 3 to 5 favorite number 2, Southwind Russian, the race winner for Stefan Pouliot. 3, Orly's Pride finished fourth. 4, Ms. Franny was 7th. 5, Le Bromontoise was 9th after an early break. 6, Duramax held on for 5th. 7, Okie Healy was 3rd. 8, Incredible Hall finished 8th, and 9, Wish You'd Tell Me finished 6th. From the top down, your program should read 2, 1, 4, 7, 9, 5, 3, 8, 6. The fractions were 28 and 3 for the opening quarter, 59 and 2 to the half, 128 and 3 at 3/4, 158 and 4, the winning mile by Southwind Russian and driver Stefan Pouliot. Concludes our Thursday card here at Rideau Carleton. We hope that you and your dad or father figure or grandpa have a happy Father's Day coming up on June 16th. That's this Sunday. Feel free to join us here to take in the brunch and live racing. 6:30 post time this Sunday at Rideau Carleton to celebrate Father's Day. Today's handle, $163,422. We'll be back again at 6:30 Sunday. Enjoy your Friday and weekend. We hope to see you again this Sunday.